Okay, Yellowstone fans, did you see that last episode?
It was intense.
So much happened.
Yeah, so many twists and turns.
Like, seriously, this season is just getting crazier and crazier.
It's true.
I mean, first we had all that drama with the governor's election.
Right, and the whole market equities situation.
And now John Dutton is dead.
And it wasn't a suicide like we all thought.
I know, right?
It was a murder.
A straight-up hit.
Someone wanted him gone.
But the question is who?
That's the big mystery.
And there are so many suspects.
I know, everyone's got a motive.
Let's start with the obvious one, Jamie.
Yes, Jamie.
He's always been a bit of a wild card.
To put it mildly,
I mean, he's betrayed his family multiple times.
he's definitely capable of murder.
I remember that scene with Case.
Oh, yeah, the one where Case throws him across the desk.
Intense.
It showed just how much anger and distrust there is between them.
And the way Jamie kept insisting he was innocent.
It felt a little too forced, don't you think?
Yeah, like he was trying too hard to convince everyone, including himself.
Exactly.
But if Jamie didn't do it, then who did?
Well, let's not forget about market equities.
They've got a lot to gain from John's death.
I mean, they're trying to take over the whole ranch.
And John was their biggest obstacle.
So it wouldn't be surprising if they had something to do with it.
And then there's Sarah Atwood.
She's a real piece of work.
I mean, she's ruthless and ambitious.
And she's not afraid to get her hands dirty.
She was definitely playing a dangerous game.
But was she dangerous enough to kill John Dutton?
It's possible.
We know she was desperate to win.
And she was willing to do whatever it took to get ahead.
So it's not out of the realm of possibility.
But let's not forget about the other players in this game.
Like who?
Well, there's Thomas Rainwater.
He and John had a complicated relationship.
They were rivals, but they also respected each other.
And they sometimes worked together.
But Rainwater also has his own ambitions.
He wants to protect his land and his people.
And he might see John's death as an opportunity to gain more power.
It's certainly something to consider.
And then there's the whole thing with Casey's vision.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Remember back in season 4, he saw 2 paths.
And neither one of them led to a happy ending.
It was pretty ominous.
Like foreshadowing something bad was going to happen.
And now John's dead.
It makes you wonder if Casey's vision was about this all along.
Maybe he saw John's death coming.
Or maybe it's about something else entirely.
We'll have to wait and see how it all plays out.
One thing's for sure.
What's that?
This season is going to be a wild ride.
You got that right. Buckle up, Yellowstone fans, because things are about to get real.
We're just getting started. You know, I can't stop thinking about Sarah Atwood's death.
Me neither.
It just felt so sudden.
And violent.
Yeah, like it was a message.
You think she was killed because she knew too much?
It's definitely possible.
I mean, she was involved in some shady stuff.
She wasn't afraid to play dirty.
And she was getting pretty close to Jamie.
Right. And we all know Jamie has his own secrets.
So maybe whoever killed John Dutton decided to silence Sarah too.
To protect themselves.
And make sure she didn't spill the beans.
It's a chilling thought.
But it makes sense.
Especially in the world of Yellowstone.
Where loyalty is a fickle thing.
And power is everything.
Speaking of power, what about the ranch?
Things aren't looking good for the Duttons.
That new governor is really making things difficult.
He's definitely not on their side.
He reinstated the lease with Market Equities.
And he's pushing for eminent domain.
It's like he's trying to destroy everything John built.
Maybe he's in Market Equities' pocket.
It wouldn't be surprising.
They've got a lot of money and influence.
And they're not afraid to use it.
So what can the Duttons do?
I honestly don't know.
They're running out of options.
They've lost their patriarch.
Their land is under threat.
And their enemies are closing in.
It's a tough situation.
But if there's one thing we know about the Duttons,
What's that?
they're fighters.
They don't give up easily.
They'll do whatever it takes to protect their land and their legacy.
Even if it means breaking the law.
Or going up against powerful enemies.
They're not afraid of a challenge.
So maybe they'll find a way out of this.
Maybe they'll pull a rabbit out of their hat.
We can only hope.
Because the thought of the Duttons losing everything is just too much to bear.
I agree. But let's shift gears for a moment.
Okay.
What about Case?
He's been pretty quiet this season.
But you know, something's brewing.
I get the feeling he's about to make a big move.
Remember that vision he had?
The one with the 2 paths?
Yeah, it felt like a crossroads.
Like he had to choose between 2 destinies.
And Monica even said it felt like destiny.
Not a choice.
Right, which is kind of scary.
Like Casey's fate is already sealed.
What path will he choose?
And what will the consequences be?
I guess we'll have to wait and find out.
But I have a feeling it's going to be a game changer.
One that could affect the entire future of the Yellowstone.
And the Dutton family.
So yeah, buckle up, folks.
It's about to get bumpy.
We've talked a lot about John and Jamie and Beth and Case.
The Duttons.
Yeah, but what about everyone else?
All the other characters.
They're playing a big part in this whole thing, too.
It's true. They're not just background noise.
Like Monica, for example.
Case's wife.
She's always been a strong character.
Yeah, she's not afraid to speak her mind.
But this season, she's really stepping up.
Becoming even more of a force to be reckoned with.
It's like she's finding her own power.
Totally. And she's a huge support for Case.
Especially now with everything that's going on.
He needs her more than ever.
And then there's Thomas Rainwater.
The chief of the Broken Rock Reservation.
He's always been a powerful figure.
A rival to the Duttons.
But there's also a sense of respect between them.
They understand each other.
But now that John's gone,
things are changing.
the balance of power is shifting.
Rainwater's got a new set of challenges.
And opportunities.
He's got to figure out his next move.
And who to trust.
It's a delicate game he's playing.
And then there's Clara.
John's former assistant.
She quit working for the new governor.
She couldn't stand his policies.
She's got a strong sense of right and wrong.
And now she's working for Senator Perry.
Who's become a surprising ally to the Duttons.
It's an interesting development.
It's like everyone's realigning themselves.
Trying to figure out where they stand in this new world.
It's kind of exciting.
And a little bit scary.
Because you never know what's going to happen next.
That's for sure. Yellowstone keeps you on the edge of your seat.
So what's the takeaway from all this?
The takeaway is that change is coming.
To the Yellowstone.
To the Duttons.
To everyone.
The old ways are dying.
And something new is being born.
It's a time of uncertainty.
But also a time of opportunity.
Who will rise to the challenge?
Who will fall?
We'll have to wait and see.
But one thing's for sure.
What's that?
It's going to be one hell of a ride.
So buckle up and enjoy the show.
And make sure you subscribe to our channel for more Yellowstone recaps and analysis.
We'll be back next week with another episode.
Until then, keep watching.
And stay tuned.